That's how bad this video really is, because that could also happen to your daughters and police won't do anything about it. This video is a guy getting married to an 11-year-old girl. 11-year-old girl. Yes, he's getting married, for God's sake. He has his suit. Yes. And he's getting on his knees. Yes. He has a ring. For God's... He has a ring. A ring. And he gets on his knees. He turns the girl around. He puts the ring on the little girl's finger. Yes. He hugs her. Then he brings it out after hugging her. Then he kisses her. Yes. That's the video you're about to watch. And I'm sure if you're a parent and you have little girls, you'll be very worried, because the police here will not protect you, given what you've seen so far by the grooming gang. So viewer discretion advised. With that big warning done, let's watch this video. As I mentioned, viewer discretion advised, because it is very brutal. He actually put a ring on her finger. He didn't know what finger to put it on. He put it on the wrong finger first. He put it on the wrong finger again. Then another person told him, actually, it's this little one here, you know, close to the very end, is this one. Then he put it there. And why is there so many people watching, clapping? There's kids there, for God's sake. What they're thinking? Do they think, I'm going to be next? I need to start looking for a husband soon. What is going on? A lot of people are saying this is a birthday party. He's just a nice father who just kissed his daughter. No, it's not. A lot of people are saying that. Some people are saying, oh, this is just a lovely event that happened and he happened to kiss the daughter. Why? He happened to kiss the kid. Then why is he putting a ring on her finger? This is questions that I want answer.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Racha HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you, brethren. Shalom to you, fellow believers and followers of the truth, even supporters of the truth, which includes you few sisters, and shalom to the elect. So anyway, I saw this video, and it's been a very controversial topic. As long as I've been in the truth, a lot of Israelite groups had a problem with us saying this is what happened in the ancient times when it comes to what they call little girls, even though when them young women hit 8th grade and middle school or whatever, the teachers call them young women, because they are young women once you reach puberty, right? So we're going to go into this and see if this is completely wrong. Now, I will read a scripture first, because we don't condone it. I don't suggest it. No, you can't do it, right? I wouldn't even want to do it. You see what I'm saying? Is because of the mindset of women. They were not groomed for that, you know, these young women. You know, so how did you determine a woman when she became a woman, or a man when they became men? They all say 18, right? They all say 18. But if you commit some kind of heinous crime at 15 or 14, then you knew what you were doing. Kind of like a woman was influenced at 14 years old to be influenced by a 40-year-old man to have sex, and that's statutory rape. This goes to the statutes of what the government says is rape, or the court says is rape. Although she is influenced by the same man to go and stab her mother or stab some elderly person, and kill them, then his influence don't matter. It was her actions. So I don't understand why it wasn't her actions when she went to have sex with a grown man, but it wasn't her action when she went to kill somebody. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that part out. So we're going to go into some history. Just few quick articles. We're going to go into the Bible, of course, and see if this is to be true. Right? So let's get Romans 13 real quick. It says Romans 13:1, let every soul be subject under the higher powers, right? For there is no power but of God. The powers that are ordained by God. So all these elites, all this wicked stuff is going on in the world. God did it. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power resisteth the ordinance of God. This is exactly why I know 30-year-old man can't mess with a 13-year-old young woman and say, and you can even say they're girls now, but in their bodies they're young women. This is why they can't say, well, look, this is the Bible. This wasn't our culture. You know, you do that, your ass going to jail, and you'll be scrutinized. You'll be looked at as the sickest man on the planet. Although if it was vice versa, and a 35-year-old woman mess with a 14-year-old boy, yeah, it would hit the media a little bit, but they won't look at the woman as disgusting, right? Just saying. So this is how backwards Babylon is. Now this can consider this a girl at 11 years old. We're going to go into the traditions of how it actually was in the ancient time. Now some of these cultures, like a lot of our cultures, Hebrew Israelites, were other cultures practiced some of that as well. So it was no issue with a grown man messing with a young, as you could say today, young girl, right? So we'll read a couple of scriptures on it. You know what? Let me go to the comments on this video. It went viral, right? 7,000 comments. I left a couple, but I haven't had a response yet. But I'll go over that in the video. It says the woman as well as men need to be jailed is disgusting, right? Sick, obscene, disgusting, right? Save the children from pedophiles, okay? We'll go into that too. Adults standing behind and smiling and condoning and sickening, right? What a sick culture. How is this not on every major news network in the world? So now I'm going to go to my commentary a little bit. Well, I'm going to go to some scriptures. What's so disgusting even about these comments? Who's watching the little girls now but themselves? I got a son who's now 30, but he remembers at 14 years old, 13 years old, when the young girls was 12 and 11, they had 50 men. And that was just 9th grade. He's literally telling me this. And these women marked down. So it seems like the society indulges sick cultural practices of freedom, right? As long as you don't break no laws, but the moral laws. And this is all supposed to be Christian-based society. And they say we're the hate group. So my thing is, what do I hate more? I hate more that if I had a daughter, thank goodness I don't, but if I did, and I was into the church and I had to walk her down the aisle and give her away, what value is that if I done gave her away and she done already had 60 men? Where's the value in that? There's no value. This society indulges practices of backwards behavior. Woe to them that call good evil and evil good. That is the worst thing. And we'll read some scriptures, right? Deuteronomy 22, I'll skim through a little bit of this, and then we'll look up some examples in the Bible, right? If any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her, and give occasion to speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took a woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid, meaning sexually. He found out, wait a minute, he found out this woman is not a virgin. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city of the gate, And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto a man, to this man to wife, and he hateth her. So this is going into, you got to have the proof, right? Like the movie, the show Game of Thrones, when a woman came on a puberty, that's when you begin womanhood. No womanhood, manhood, or womanhood begins on one particular day for all. That's how sick this place is. Oh, wait a minute, she's 18, then she can have sex. But it's still legal for her to have sex at 13 as long as she was with a 15-year-old. Make that make sense. No charges or crime is committed. Just better not be an older man. Yeah. This is why it doesn't hold up. Okay? How do you determine, just like a woman on a menstrual, when you look at moon, her monthly means moon. When you look at the new moon, that's what we go off. Every month it can fall on a different day. Just like a cycle of a woman, when she has a period, can be different. So you can have a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old who don't have a period, right? Or you can have a 14-year-old that haven't got a period yet, which is not likely. But then you have the 12-year-old who gotten her period. So who becomes the woman? The 12-year-old, because she's gotten her period, right? It's just that simple. There was no. Now there was in the armies, you know, a man was 18 years on up. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get into that. Okay, there's groups that say that a woman have to be 18 to get married. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm just going to go down to a couple of points. This is going on to the token of virginity. Got to prove it. But this says, I'm going to just get to the point. But if a man find a betrothed damsel, what you got to understand is women were property. That's it. You were just property. And you have to be watched over as property. Okay? Says, if a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto an husband, which means promised, and the man find her in the city, and with her, then shall he bring them both unto the gates to that city, and ye shall stone them with stones. Right? So it says, if a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed to a husband, and a man find her in the city, you shall stone them with stones. And that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he humbled his neighbor's wife. So thou shalt put him all evil away from among you. But if a man find a damsel, a betrothed damsel, right? If a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lie with her shall die, right? But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There's no sin worthy of death. For as when a man rises up against a neighbor and slayeth him, even so this matter. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. So it's not a fault, right? Although she still loses value, because value, like today, there's no value in the woman, in her sexuality. There's no value. They're making their value. Right? If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, which means she doesn't belong to anybody, and he laid hold on her and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lie with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver. So we're going to go into a couple of translations, right, that go into that. It says, if a man happens to meet a virgin who is not pledged to be married and rapes her, and they be discovered, right? So this is what happened, and you got Israelite groups saying, we teach to do this. We never taught to do this. That's why a damnation is going to come to you, a lot of you Hebrew Israelite groups, man, that slandered us like that, right? We never taught to do anything like that. We're just saying, in a situation like that, according to the Bible, if a man took a woman, instead of killing, and she wasn't betrothed, she is property. So instead of killing him and hanging him and let her go on about her way so she can lay with another man, Because what if this damsel liked this man that she laid with? Now you cause her to commit whoredom. So he has to pay the damsel's father, 50 shekels of silver. Kind of like if somebody steal your car worth $10,000. Well, guess what? You got to pay him and with the interest for his inconvenience. Anyway, let me go real quick and type in something. Let me go here. I typed in something on Rebecca. Let's go here. How old was Rebecca when she married Isaac? Right here. According to the Mizrahic translation, Rebecca was 14 years old when she married Isaac. Another tradition says that she was 3 years and 3 days, which that's a lie. She was about 14 years old. Rebecca and Isaac were cousins. They were both part of the same kinship group. Let me go on down here. Rebecca gave birth to the twins. There are several Mizrahic translations about Rebecca's age. She married Isaac. You know, they be going off on that. But I just wanted to bring that out. It says here, according to Jewish tradition, Rebecca considered to be about 14 years old when she married Isaac because of calculations made based on the age of Abraham and Sarah. And Isaac, in the key events in the narrative, particularly when Sarah died after Isaac was around 37 years old, and Isaac married Rebecca and at that age 40. So you got a lot of cleanups who try to keep America tradition and say, well, wait a minute, she was about 15 to 20 and they didn't consummate the marriage till about 20. Let's see what the Bible say in Genesis 25 and 20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, right? The daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister of Laban the Syrian. Let's go to the 24th verse. And Isaac brought Rebekah into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife. What does it mean by took Rebekah? And he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. So this is telling you this 40-year-old man took this 14-year-old woman into his mama's house. He would be a deadbeat today. It says here, Isaac brought Rebekah into his mother's tent and took her. Let's see what it says to take. Right? It says to take and receive, lachak, to take, to receive, including requirements, receiving, taking a wife in marriage, or seizing something by force. The word can also implicate acceptation, adoption, ideal, or practices. And it goes on to the rest, talking about seizing by force and taking. So he took Rebekah. That's how it was. Let's see how old Mary was. How old was Mary when she had Joseph? Well, when they were together. It says here, Christian historians believe Mary was about 15 or 16 when she was with Joseph. Jewish girls was often betrothed around the age of 12, but the marriage took place months or years later. But it goes on down here to say biblical marriage shortly after puberty, and boys usually married between puberty and their late teens. Many were raised in the temple until so she was 12 when the priest told her she could no longer stay. Just like cats, you can get kittens or puppies. They all get a certain age, and each one of them have a timeline when they're ready to mate. They all ain't going to be ready to mate all at one time. That shows you the wickedness of Babylon. And the question is, how the hell is it working out? You got more whoredom in this place than any other place on the planet. You got TikTok. You got all kinds of stuff going on, right? Let me see what question answer I left. I said they married young in the ancient times, but not like 11. I mean, you know, when the flower of the age. Isaac was 40, okay. But I haven't heard an answer back when it came to that. let me get some commentary real quick, some context. It says here, ancient marriages was usually arranged between the older male family members within the same group of the family. Genesis 27, the guaranteed future, existence of our group and preservation of culture. Girls were given in marriage when they were old enough to bear children, where men married when they either received inheritance or obtained their own resources. It was also common for the groom to be given a dowry or purchase the wife from the future father-in-law, as of Jacob, right? Let me go up here. Also under Judaism, boys could marry or make religious vows at 14 years old, and girls at 12 years old. You ever wonder why girls grow up so fast? Why they mature so fast? Faster than boys even. You know, a 12-year-old girl, she's like a woman already, and a 12-year-old boy haven't damn near got a mustache yet. It's for that reason, right? They were 12-year-old, basically, with the parental permission, which parent permission were required until both boys and girls were 21. Okay, so let's go on up here, read a couple more scriptures. A solid and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there's nothing such much worth as a mind well instructed. How do you instruct the mind of a young woman? You know, you get these adults and professionals. They'll say, well, she's young, the mind isn't fully developed. Well, of course not. That's how she learns to grow with you. You become part of her. That's how you become one flesh. Not that it's not possible, but when they're young, that's a part of molding and growing. Your body grows with that man you're with. You become what he is. You become a helpmeet unto him. It's really that simple. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and a continent mind cannot be valued. As the sun when it riseth from the heavens, so it is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house. Real quick. Give the water no passage, neither wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. This is what's well known back in the ancient times. Right? Give the water no passage. A dam break or pipe bust in the house, water everywhere. You don't know where the hell this water went. So when you let the woman run and do what she want, you don't know. That's why, like in the ancient times, wouldn't nobody take any of these women. They'd be like, oh, no, man, I don't know where she been at. What she had and everything else is different. They talk about men cheating. Men don't cheat. You know, men only cheat if they lay with another man's wife. If I had 7 wives and we was all faithful and I got two of them pregnant, they all know who the father is. But if it was 7 women who had one husband and she got pregnant, and one of them got pregnant, right? Wait. If it was 7 men, Salakia, with one wife, with one woman, how will we know who the father is? It's 7 men. But it's different when men, if it's only me and 7 women, you know who the father is. So it's confusion. And the fact that, not being graphic, when you go into a woman and you become part of her, she starts fitting you and belong to you. But this society, man, society is completely wicked. And all these comments on here, and what media will do, they'll put up something that's of extreme, like in this matter, and then try to make it seem like this is what's wrong and it should never be like that. But nobody's questioning the whoredom and the freakism and all the sickness and everything. I mean, now they say you could be a 12-year-old young woman and change your sex if you want. But no problem with this culture, right? How do people in this culture going to talk about another culture? That woman that's 11, that young girl or whoever, if she stays with that husband, fear that husband, grow with him, she's not going to be sleeping around. She's not going to have 100 men, right? At the age of 20. These women are 16 years old with 50 men, 50 bodies in the 8th grade. and the young men that's just blatantly doing this, man. It's all out of order. Sleeping with other men's wives. That's all I have.